All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are talking about DeepSeek. This is the AI that basically came out of nowhere and completely changed the game in the global tech race. And the whole story, it really starts with just one number.
And that number is 7. Just 7 days. That's all it took for this company to pull off something that took other tech giants months, sometimes even years, to do.
Okay, so let's put that into perspective, right? To get to 100 million users, Instagram, 2.5 years. TikTok, 9 months. Even ChatGPT, which felt like it exploded overnight, took 2 whole months. DeepSeek did it in a week. 1 week.
And look, this wasn't just people signing up and leaving. We're talking about daily active user growth that was a mind-blowing 13 times faster than even ChatGPT's initial explosion. So this wasn't just hype, this was real engagement from the get-go.
So the big question is, how on earth did this happen? Well, it was definitely not an accident. The answer really comes down to 4 core drivers. Think of it like a perfect storm that created this recipe for just, well, unprecedented success.
Yeah, the best way to break it down is to think of it like a recipe. You've got 4 key ingredients. First, just unmatched capability. Then, you throw in a really smart open-source strategy. You mix that with ridiculously low costs. And then you back the whole thing up with some serious national-level support.
So let's start with ingredient number 1, capability. And let's be clear, this is not just another chatbot. The DeepSeek R1 model just blew past its rivals when it came to complex reasoning, logic, and coding. It really became a new global leader fast.
So you might be asking, what's a reasoning model anyway? Well, think of it like this. It's an AI that doesn't just talk, it thinks. It's brilliant at step-by-step logic, at deduction. And that makes it perfect for these really high-stakes fields like finance or engineering or scientific research. Places where getting the answer right is absolutely non-negotiable.
Okay, second ingredient. They made a really critical strategic move. They open-sourced their core technology. And this wasn't just about dumping some code online. No, this was a wide-open invitation for the entire world to build with them. And in doing so, they helped start setting a brand new global standard for AI.
Now for the third driver, cost. And honestly, this is a total game changer. Get this, training a comparable model from Meta costs something like $60 million. Training DeepSeek, just $5.5 million. I mean, by slashing the cost by more than 10 times, they basically made top-tier AI accessible to pretty much everyone. And finally, that fourth ingredient, DeepSeek got some major national-level support. We're talking about the kind of backing that positions you not just as a startup, but as a flagship project in this global tech race. It really went from being just a company to a strategic national resource.
All right, let's talk about the tech itself. Because this journey, from being a follower to a global leader, it wasn't a slow burn. It happened in just 1 year. And it was all driven by this incredibly fast series of technological breakthroughs. I mean, the pace of evolution here is just staggering. Think about it. In January 2024, they were basically just replicating what was already out there. But by the start of 2025, that's just 12 months later, they had innovated, they'd optimized, and they grabbed the #1 global ranking. Insane.
So, how'd they do it? Well, one of their secret weapons is something called multi-head latent attention, or MLA. The analogy here is perfect. Think of it like a super-efficient secretary for the AI. It summarizes all the important info before it gets processed. That saves a ridiculous amount of time and energy.
And they combine that with another brilliant idea, a mixture of experts architecture, or MOE. This one works kind of like a hospital's triage system. Instead of having one giant, overworked AI trying to solve every single problem, you have a router that sends each task to the right AI specialist. It's all about maximizing efficiency.
So, as you can probably guess, this kind of rapid rise did not go unnoticed, not at all. It basically triggered this intense, head-to-head competition among all the world's top AI labs. It really escalated the global AI race to a whole new level. Things really came to a head in late March of 2025, in what people started calling the 48-hour AI war. It was wild. On March 24th, DeepSeek drops its V3 upgrade. The very next day, boom, Google responds with Gemini 2.5 Pro. And the day after that, OpenAI comes out with GPT-4o. We're talking 3 giants, 3 major releases in 3 days, a pure showcase of global AI power. And you have to understand, this tech isn't just sitting in a lab somewhere. It's already out there, being deployed across huge industries, creating this massive and really diverse ecosystem in everything from finance and healthcare to education and beyond.
And yeah, we're talking about some huge names here. Over 200 major enterprises. You've got top financial institutions, automotive giants like Geely and BYD, major hospitals, big tech companies, even global cloud providers like Microsoft and Amazon have already integrated DeepSeek into their day-to-day operations.
Okay, so what does all this mean? What does the rise of a powerful new AI model on the other side of the world actually mean for you, for all of us?
Well, it signals a really fundamental shift in the world of tech. See, powerful AI is no longer this exclusive, ridiculously expensive tool that only a few tech giants can afford. It's quickly becoming an accessible, super low-cost utility for pretty much everyone. And that is sparking a whole new wave of competition and innovation all over the world.
So, this new era of competition and accessibility leaves us with one big provocative thought. When a tool this powerful and this accessible is finally in your hands, what problem are you going to solve first?